Coming up, we'll get into the World of Outlaw late model opener at Volusia tonight, plus talk Las Vegas Dirt Nationals and DIRTcar Esports. Let's go. Today is Thursday, January 20th, 2022. Welcome into Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. We're only 3 weeks into the new year, and we already have our first big time series opening their 2022 season. The World of Outlaws late models take to Volusia Speedway Park starting tonight for the Sunshine Nationals. They'll race through Saturday night, then go quiet for a few weeks before returning to Volusia for DIRTcar Nationals in the middle of February. This early year Florida stop was part of the schedule in 2021 for the first time, and Kyle Bronson and Kyle Strickler picked up the 2 wins last season. Strickler won again a few weeks later during DIRTcar Nationals and left Florida leading the points as a rookie. Unfortunately for the high-side tickler, things went sideways later in the year and he didn't finish the season as a full-timer, but he is back this weekend looking to replicate that success. Strickler was one of 45 cars on hand last night for open practice at Volusia. From a Rick Eshelman screenshot, though, it looked like we only had about 37 cars that actually took time during this session. Chris Madden actually unofficially broke the track record with a 15.644 to lead all drivers. Ricky Thornton Jr., Devin Moran, Boom Briggs, and Jimmy Mars were the rest of the top 5. Stuart Friesen ended up 6th, but he's already done for the weekend after something broke in the steering during the session and sent him into the front straightaway wall. Last night's group also included Brian Shirley, Dale McDowell, who looked strong off that prostate cancer surgery last year, Hudson O'Neill, Mark Whitener, Shane Clanton, Dennis Erb Jr., Darrell Lanigan, and Cade Dillard, who is back in action after having to leave the Wild West Shootout because of COVID. Right now, our full-time field of Outlaws includes Max Blair, Kyle Hammer, Gordy Gundaker, Tanner English, and supposedly Jacob Ulrich as all of those guys as rookies. We've also got Josh Richards, Boom Briggs, and Brandon Sheppard. So right now, that's 8 cars we know officially. We don't know officially about Dennis Erb Jr. or Ryan Gustin, and Chris Madden and Tyler Bruning were full-timers last year, and we know nothing of their statuses right now either. And the possibility still exists for someone to commit to the Outlaws late. I'd guess we'll probably be at 10 or 12 guys leaving Florida as full-timers. As for a way too early championship pick, it's Brandon Sheppard and the Rocket Squad until literally anyone can prove us wrong. Right now, Sheppard is the only driver from the top 6 in last year's championship who we know is running full-time. There are still technically question marks for Madden, Bruning, Erb, and Gustin, and Ricky Weiss is out. And of that group, only Madden was really able to challenge Sheppard last year, and that Rocket House car had a down year from what we normally expect from them. So unless Madden is back and improved, or Josh Richards somehow becomes the Josh of 3 or 4 years ago, or one of these rookies comes out of nowhere, it's Sheppard. As for a race winner tonight, the DIRTtracker.com analytics prediction formula likes Brandon Sheppard, but I'm not sure I agree. Sheppard hasn't won at Volusia since the DIRTcar Nationals opener in 2020, and in the 8 races since then, Jimmy Owens has won 3 times, Kyle Strickler twice, and then Kyle Bronson, Devin Moran, and Brandon Overton have each won once. I'm going to go with Devin Moran tonight. He had 4 Outlaw wins last year, including one at Volusia, and he was fast last night in that practice session. I'm going to keep track of my win picks all year long, and we can see how comically bad that goes. I've got a spreadsheet going with my pick and the formulas pick, so we can keep you guys updated, and we'll refer to that regularly throughout the season. Drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts on tonight's racing and who your win and championship picks are. If you aren't near Volusia and can't get to the track, you can watch it live on Dirt Vision with your Fast Pass. And if you missed it yesterday on Twitter, here's Josh Richards' ride for this year as a teammate to Boom Briggs. It's a nice white paint scheme, Valvoline on the hood, and Josh is sporting the number 1. On timing and scoring last night, they had Sheppard as the 1 and Richards as the 1R. Kind of feels right to see Josh back in a car with that number 1 on the door. Elsewhere on this Thursday, if you're looking for other racing to tune into, the Las Vegas Dirt Nationals get underway over on XR+. That event is headlined by the Bandits Outlaw Sprint Cars, plus Modifieds, Dwarf Cars, Hobby Stocks, and Sport Compacts. Not super familiar with the Boss Sprint Cars, but apparently they don't really have an engine rule. They also limit top wing angle to 20 degrees. I looked around a little bit this morning to see who is in attendance, as they had a practice night on Wednesday, but it isn't really super clear who's there. A post on their website from back in December mentions Danny Jennings, Austin Mundy, Roger Crockett, and Justin Cox. From there, it looks like Chase Randall is at the track, and Garrett Williamson should be racing. He's running the ASCS National Tour this year. And it looks like Joel Myers Jr. towed in from California. Other than that, not really sure who's in the field. The Boss Series hasn't updated their Twitter account in a year, and neither the event social media accounts or XR really posted anything other than a short video from sprint car practice. The event runs through Saturday night, with Thursday and Friday paying $2,500 to win for the sprint cars, with Saturday paying $5,000 to win. You can find more details at racexr.com and RaceXR Plus. In more cartoon racing last night, the season finale was on for the DIRTcar Esports weekly racing series. We basically had a three-way tie for the championship going into the final night of racing. The series took on the dirt track at Charlotte in big block modifieds, and you've heard a lot of these names before. Alex Bergeron and Blake Majulis were tied, with Evan C. only 1 point back. And late in the feature, you had exactly what you'd hoped for, with Majulis leading, C second, and Bergeron battling inside the top 5. Coming to the checkered, Majulis was able to squeak away and bag the win and the championship, with C just barely finishing second over Hayden Cardwell, who came all the way from last in the feature. Logan Rumsey and Bergeron completed the top 5. If you are unaware, these events pay $250 to the winner and are open to anyone who wants to register and pay the $20 weekly entry fee. For more details about DIRTcar Esports, check out dirtcar.com/esports. There are 4 shows on today's streaming schedule. Dirt Vision has the first night of the World of Outlaws late models from Volusia. XR Plus has the opening night of the Las Vegas Dirt Nationals, and Flow Racing has the first night of the Winter Nationals from East Bay. They also have Flow 24/7. Apparently yesterday's emission of Flow 24/7 was a snafu, as it's back on their schedule, so it's back on my schedule. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. On the show tomorrow, we'll talk Thursday night results, plus look ahead to the racing weekend, which includes more action from Volusia and Vegas, plus the Grand Annual Sprint Car Classic Down Under at Premier Speedway. And before we close out today, I just want to say thanks again for tuning in regularly and coming along on this journey with me. We crossed over 500,000 total views on YouTube this week, and we are fast approaching 1 million total between YouTube and the podcast. Not bad for a show that's not been around for quite 2 years yet. If you don't already, please make sure to like these videos and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. You can also subscribe and follow the show on places like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Onward and upward, friends. That's it for the show today. Hope you have a good Thursday. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.